downtown today. Hey, Grace.
It's so nice of you to open a room with this title. Let's see how many of the lovelies in the world are going to come.
I don't know.
That's
No,
a great title.
it's the house name.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Trump just drives me crazy.
Do you believe that or not?
Oh yeah, he drives. Oh yeah, he is the thing for many people. He lets people
I'm not
know that they're
understanding.
alive.
Does he drive you crazy?
No, not me. You
No.
know, but there are people that if you ask them what's one thing you'd fix in the world, the number one response is, "We gotta out Trump. We gotta get him out of here." That's what they say. So I wrote articles of impeachment yesterday, drafted it. Huge response, like instantaneous. The
Not surprised.
algorithm loves the Donald Trump impeachment.
That's a hard one.
War crimes. I said, what should we impeach him for? The response was, obviously, war crimes. And I said, what else? And they said, that's enough. That's all we need is war crimes.
And how do people think that economically he's doing?
Doesn't matter. War crimes. War crimes.
I'm going to ask you something silly that I've been on this app forever.
Mhm.
And why do I continue to have a ticket?
You have to click on the house and join the house.
Every time I go someplace, I've been on forever from the beginning.
Yeah, the ticket just means you haven't joined the house.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for telling me that.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
like, everywhere I go, I get a ticket.
Yeah, just that's why they say you gotta cash in your pink ticket. Once you join the house and come back to the house, you won't have no ticket no more.
I love it. How is Clubhouse doing?
The app itself,
Yeah.
it's so stupid. Like this gold coins bullshit. What a waste of time. Fucking 2 pennies. There's people on here 18 hours a day and they get 2 pennies. They talk and they manage a room all day long and people throw them 2 pennies. They go, here's 2 pennies. Thanks for dancing all day.
Wow.
1/10 of a penny per word. 1/10 penny bit.
And there are still a lot of rooms and all that?
Oh yeah. The Jew hate is everywhere. All day, every day, every way. Some new topic. But I don't know what day it is of the war. Day 14, day 15, but you're gonna know which day it is.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of hatred on here. I popped in a couple of times recently, which I hadn't been on for a long time. I met some great people on this app a long time ago. Still friends with them. It's amazing. And then I popped inside. I said, "Oh, when was the last time I went on Clubhouse?" This was about a week ago. And it's not the way it used to be. Amazing. So have you got people into the title in the past? Or people are afraid to come on here and talk about Trump?
It's not really, I just like spam, but I just call it as I see it. Like this room was or the title of this house was just a response to the never-ending Trump derangement syndrome. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It's just people who, you know, just haven't gotten past the president. It's just amazing.
Well, there's a lot of people are making a lot of money off of him.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
The stock market. That's really, that's where people are very committed to him.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
I used to work in the White House a long time ago now under Trump, but it is, for me, very disheartening to understand what's happening. Really, it's, we don't talk policy anymore. We talk Trump.
Yeah, well, he has polarized in such a way that it's like unprecedented. That's why he won.
Because he has rallied the crazies and he got them to the polls.
But they're not the crazies. He got the disaffected or the unhappy voters, because the establishment
is very true.
Yeah, the establishment is that bad. Like we the people are that sick of in my opinion, just the outright shameless lies and having run now for Congress and the guy that I'm running against, he puts out great photo ops and it looks like he's doing real work for the constituents. But the real job is creating debt, 2.3 trillion a year in deficit, and then just doing photo ops. Like, let's be honest, like you're not trying to save the ship. You're just plugging holes. And we are going over the precipice now of the most incredible debt bubble ever created in human history. And I'm not saying I got sour grapes, that I wish I had more of it, but some people are getting a lot more than others, and it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't spend more than we take in. I think that's pretty obvious, but we do it. And the truth is that it's the only way this economy works, and we're never going to stop because we can't stop, and we won't stop. It's all it's all relative. The national debt is all relative, meaning that if we look at China's debt, India's debt, and the GDPs, it's all like debt to GDP, and you can put it into a calculator, and then we get away with it. But China and India, if they were to inflate their currency the way we do it, maybe the thing is, I don't know their numbers, I know what our numbers are.
I know their numbers. I'm somebody who worked for the White House years ago, so I'm having enormous pains from what I'm seeing.
Well, it's all a marketplace. It's totally a marketplace. Like the dollar is a marketplace. The stock market is a marketplace. But anyways, I'm just glad I'm on this side of the fence. It's St. Patty's Day.
Right.
And I'm going to have some green beer and hear some bagpipes. And in fact, I bought some bagpipes, but I didn't have enough.
Did you really?
I didn't have enough time to figure out how to play them, yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one. It's a hard one to play bagpipes.
I play the flutes.
Oh, so then you're in the money there. Once you get your lips around a flute, I play the flute. I don't play it anymore. It's been a very long time. But those lips are made for walking. Are you still campaigning?
Yeah, basically. I'm just campaigning as a write-in candidate, but I'm sure, if I get 10, not 11, 10, not 9 write-ins, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy Talmud Chacham.
Congratulations, John. You're gay, John. This is Foggy Fresh signing off.
Look who's here, Phoenix Rises. We got a real gay man from Mecca here.
Yeah.
A bookseller. A bookseller and a cocksucker. Welcome, Phoenix, to the show.
A cocker sucker.
I like this guy, though. He's right. He's like, this guy, John Kitover, he's Loki. This motherfucker is a comedian, a trickster. You know, he plays tricks. And I was like, he's got me pretty much figured out that I like to play tricks.
You know, his name is not Phoenix Rises. It is actually because Clubhouse is an ESL. It's Phonics Rises because it's an ESL training app. So
is that like is Phonics Latin?
I don't know what Phonics is. I'm hooked on Phonics.
Is it gay?
Is it gay?
What's that Phonics?
It's
a commercial. Phonics was a commercial.
I'm sorry, Phonics, did you say you're not gay?
I'm not gay. Who said I was gay?
Oh, I thought you were the Phoenix in Mecca.
The Phoenix in Mecca? There's no Phoenix in Mecca. Unless you're talking about Phoenix Magic, which has the Mecca logo on the... Unless you're talking about Phoenix, these nuts.
You sounded gay. So the point of this room is that Trump makes me crazy and angry. And I don't know how to live with Donald Trump as our president anymore because he's a war criminal. And I've already filed articles of impeachment in the Congress.
Not only is he a war criminal, he's also a Cheeto monster. He's a Cheeto monster. And he has a fake tan and he's a fatty. He's a fat Cheeto monster.
Do you think when he scratches that rash on his neck, he puts Cheeto orange powder on it, and that's what's irritating the rash on the neck?
Can I ask you a serious question? I know you're a trickster. Do you believe that Trump was shot in the ear, or do you not believe it?
I tend to believe it because of the people that passed away as a result, of the incident. I think
other people got shot, right?
Yeah, died. Police, fireman. He got. If you look into it, he got, I think, a $6 million GoFundMe go away package.
His daughter was even in with him.
Yeah,
he got shot.
I just do tend to believe it was a miracle, but in terms of like the WWE, it just reminds me of like a WWE event, and so because I'm so suspicious of how smart the marketers are in terms of political subterfuge, you could say, meaning that like when Trump is threatened, we are all threatened. Like they knew how.
It's their show.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a book called How to Win Jury Trials, and it talks about the reptilian brain, and when we the people are threatened, it awakens a sleeping giant. And so he polarized the world, Michael Crooks. And, that body, first of all, that, the great Secret Service agent who eliminated the threat. But when they incinerated the body and they, took that human excrement and turned it into ashes, well, I like to think sometimes, maybe they're going to sprinkle somebody's grave with those Michael Crooks ashes and then they'll resurrect a demon or something like that. Anyways.
Wait, did they incinerate the guy who killed Trump already?
Oh yeah, that was a quick one. Yeah, they didn't want that body laying around. They wanted that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean,
Yeah,
like
you know
Osama
his parents. I looked his parents up. His parents were social counselors, both of them, and I guess they didn't do such a great job of raising their son.
They didn't counsel him socially.
I guess.
They didn't say, "Listen, son."
I guess the career title description. Yeah, I guess they kind of failed.
You need some social counseling. I'm a social counselor. Sonny, let me give you some counseling.
They failed on that one. I wonder though how many other young men and women they counseled and were able to successfully social them, as opposed to their son, who only could hit the tip of the ear and just such a small amount that within 2 weeks it was flawless. It was beautiful. It is a beautiful ear.
You literally believe that the injury was so slight and it was such a miraculous miss that you believe that his ear to this day appears basically immaculate.
Well, what was even more amazing was the chain mail that my father sent me, suggesting that biblically and historically the ear is considered one of the divine attributes. And I said, it's not literal. Don't you get it? It's a metaphor. Hello? So
you need to keep the consciousness of God at the forefront of your mind. And then they write down the words consciousness of God and they tape it to their forehead and then it's on the forefront of their minds.
Wow. That's a Laugh Factory joke if I ever heard one.
That's the truth. What do you mean, where'd I get that? I got it from putting tefillin on my forehead. What are you talking about?
Rabboni Shalom.
String, do you want to see something funny?
I'm sorry, was somebody gay speaking to me? What was that?
Want to see something funny?
Is it a hard dick?
Is it a picture of me in my shit-stained underpants doing a yoga in the sun?
No. But do you want to see something funny?
No, I'm sorry. It's still Ramadan. And we have a no funny policy in this house. If you do want to be funny,
for what it's worth.
If it's gay and it's not funny, well.
What if it's
gay, it's automatically funny.
What if it's Islamic and gay?
Oh, is this the new hadith about, yeah, come on into the tent, let's roll around. I got a sticky thumb. Hello?
You mean Islamic?
Is it really true that Palestinians have a 50% first cousin marriage rate?
Yes.
Dude, that guy, Acek on here, everything is horrible and terrible guy. Dude, Acek, man, Acek can fucking just kill me. Like, he is so funny sometimes. And like the weapon, he is like a Matrix agent of sorts. And occasionally you meet African Americans, or actually, my friend, I was wondering, do you really think there's such a thing as black people? Because if you're just African, but you go around talking about black power, black rights, black suffrage, black voting, everything is black. Like, we know that that's just the descriptor agent. It's not the actual what it is. So, like, there's no such thing as white people.
In America, there is. I think that I think that blackness only exists in America.
Yeah.
Well, I think that really they should just call themselves Black American, or they should call themselves niggas. And they should be like, nigga, I'm a nigga. Because that's what it is. And Black American, that's Black America. Like, I grew up with those guys. Washington, D.C., baby. Chocolate City. New York City. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm very familiar with Black America. But I know that I don't think Black Americans we're from Africa, but they've invented a new culture here in America over the past couple hundred years that now is Black America.
Is it just the N-word church? Is that really what it is? Because
it's a church of nigga.
Because I get the feeling that, hold on, Phoenix Rises. What I'm trying to say is that it's basically just a shtick, you know.
What you trying to say?
It's just their shtick. Like they're so social and so comical. Because like right now, I could give you a sample. I could give you a sample of Clubhouse, and you would say, "How could this be? How could this be? How could people sit here for hours on end talking like this?"
Said, "How this be?" I'm telling you, my cousin was like, "How could this be?" And people sit here for how? Anyway,
so this is basically the way it's been, you know, throughout American history. What they are demonstrating is the conditioning that took place in the 19th century, in 1840, 1850. This is how they acted on the farm, isn't it?
They axed it.
Anyways, go ahead, Phoenix Rises. What did you want to say?
I wanted to read the hadith in the project.
This is a Trump makes me crazy angry room, and I'm afraid that your hadith, though always interesting and fascinating, is not showing up for me. So please.
Have you ever heard of hadith nuts?
Oh, I see. Whoever guarantees me what is between their legs. Whoa. Whoa. Whoever guarantees me what is between their legs. Damn. How do I.
What is between a man's legs?
Damn.
And what's between his jaw?
Wow, that's amazing. Wait, what? Wait, so I read a thing online. Tell me if you think this is fake. I read a thing online that somebody asked a question anonymously on Facebook. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No, I'm laughing at this fucking the sunnah.
So somebody wrote on a forum and they were like, my Muslim word, like I forget what they're called, like, you know, they wrote and they said, me for jihad, and he wants me to, there's like a new method of jihad, which is inserting a bomb into your butt. And he said that in order to get prepared for this form, do you know where I'm going? That he needed to have his asshole prepared for the insertion of a termination device. And the way that they prepare it is by using their fingers and their bodily member, to open the orifice for the insertion of the detonation device. And that shit is gay. That's gay as hell. Let me fuck you in the ass to prepare you for putting a bomb in your ass. And if we never get to the putting the bomb in the ass part, at least we can have fun along the way.
Well,
Yeah, John.
Bum 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 bomberin', bum 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 bomberin', bum 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 bomberin', bum 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 bomberin'.
what is going on?
Okay, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. This is your Clubhouse St. Patty's Day special. Trump makes me crazy and angry. This is the Sooner Room. Well, okay, Danny, go ahead. Ask your question. Invite people to the room. Share the room.
PSYOP of a room that was recorded, and then someone gave me money, and I feel like when you give me money, there's some weird PSYOP attached to that as well. But the room was recorded, and then all of a sudden you deleted the recording. Why? You normally.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. So we're gonna move past your PSYOP injection onto the next PSYOP.
Why did you delete the recording?
Ran into a parking lot, bomb ran.
I didn't delete anything. I'm actually famous for not deleting anything. Hello?
That's what I'm saying. But do you remember remember the time I was like, I told Fiona that I was gonna use your recordings in court against them for something, and then next thing you know, I like came onto the app and all your houses were like shut down. And
that was probably one of my, they terminated an account a couple days ago, one of my Clubhouse
no,
accounts.
this was like months ago.
All right, well,
But yeah,
we got to get to the point quick because we are on time constraints here. Hello?
so I was fighting with Sig in the other room over single mothers. I mean, I think he wants to control who has sex. You know.
Okay, so
I think he wants to control I think he's a eugenicist, Sig, because of his. I'm trying to figure out. He kept attacking he said I was incoherent. Well, of course I am. Has he ever met me? I mean, that's just the beauty of my brain. And I think it is beauty. I'm gonna stand by that.
Okay, well, you know, when I am in the jungle, or at least the monkey enclosure, the one thing I never do is pick a fight with the silverback. Guess what I actually have learned? I actually throw bananas or boxes of cereal with whole milk at the monkey. And that silver is actually my best friend. And as a result, I don't have to do any work. Somebody else has to do the work because I bribed the silverback. Just remember, when you're with a silverback, just give a little extra. And that silverback is going to give you what you're looking for. Hello?
Like treating him like that because he was asking if I was on welfare. And I think he feels that welfare puts him in that position of slavery, maybe. Maybe that's what the is single moms.
Well, you know, I hate to say it. I get the feeling that you and Sig actually may have something in common, and I think that commonality could be that both of you just have never read a book on this app. And until you can confirm that you actually can read, I always like diagnostic with other people who I would call compulsive thinkers and compulsive speakers. Do you have a book and can you read it for 30 seconds?
Yes.
Well, let's see if you can do it because you only got 30 more seconds. Hello?
Okay, you want a book for 30 seconds? Oh, look at that pasta. You ready? I'm not talking to you. You don't have to be mean about it. Oh, you are mean about it. What are you thinking? You're so proud? I'm so proud of you.
Okay, this is Alan Watts. I'm going to be playing. You people have never heard of Alan Watts or listened to him because you've been too busy talking your entire life. Hello?
So this element of selection, you see, now what determines this? How do you know?
Ooh, the mountain man is here. He loves a good sob, Danny. You should go talk to Mountain Lee. He installs sprinkler systems. He's a sprinkler system installer.
saw this tea caddy and made no comment on it. And the owner was so disappointed.
So that's called Alan Watts Your It on Hiding, Seeking, and Being Found. And it's on my old little iPod player here, which is very cool. But I'm going to read a book, Danny. Let me demonstrate for you what I want you to do with your book. If you have the book ready, I want you to get to the page you want to read, and then I want you to read the page after I read this page. But first, you have to sit in the goo. Ooh, Mountain Man is here. He is also into books. Mountain Man, I'm about to read a page from a book. I hope you enjoy. This is your free consulting. This is actually really what you're going to like. Hope you like it.
When you're done, I have to complain about something about the Jews when you're done.
But the kingdom of truth, which is that of God, suffers violence, and the violent must take it by force. There exists a dogma, there exists a key, there exists a sublime tradition, and this dogma, this key, this tradition is transcendental magic. There only are found the absolute of knowledge and the eternal bases of law, guardian against all madness, all superstition, and all error. The Eden of the intelligence, the ease of the heart, and the peace of the soul. We do not say this in the hope of to him, he will surely find, since we ourselves have found. The magical dogma is not that of the mediums. The mediums who dogmatize can teach nothing but anarchy, since their inspiration is drawn from a disordered exaltation. They are always predicting disasters. They deny hierarchical authority. They pose like Vintros as sovereign pontiffs. The initiate, on the contrary, respects the hierarchy. Before all, he loves and preserves order. He bows before sincere beliefs. He loves all signs of immortality in faith and of redemption by charity, which is all discipline and obedience. We have just read a book published under the influence of astral and magnetic intoxication, and we have been struck by the under a great appearance of benevolence and religion. At the head of this book one sees the symbol, or as the Magi call it, the signature, of the doctrines which it teaches. Instead of the Christian cross, symbol of harmony, alliance, and regularity, one sees the tortuous tendrils of the vine, jutting from its twisted stem, images of hallucination and intoxication. The first ideas set forth by this book are the climax of the absurd. The souls of the dead, it says, are everywhere, and nothing any longer hems them in. It is an infinite overcrowded with gods returning the one into the other. The souls can and do communicate with us by means of tables and hats. And so no more regulated instruction, no more priesthood, no more church, delirium set upon the throne of truth, oracles which write for the salvation of the human race of their eternal destinies, to make our furniture dance, and to hold with us conversations like those which Beroalde de Verville makes them hold in Les Moyens de Parvenir. All this is a great pity, and yet in America, all this is spreading like an intellectual plague. Young America raves. She has fever. She is perhaps cutting her teeth. But France to accept such things? No, it is not possible, and it is not so. But while they refuse the doctrines, serious men should observe the phenomena, remain calm in the midst of the agitations of the fanaticisms, for incredulity also has its own, and judge after having examined. To preserve one's reason in the midst of madmen, one's faith in the midst of superstition. The finest and the most difficult to accomplish. Subnote: born in 1538, died in 1612, author of Les Moyens de Parvenir. The bibliophile Jacob suggests that Vaville stole his Moyen de Parvenir from a lost book of Rabelais. Vaville was a canon of Saint Gatian, Tours, and is associated with Tours and Touraine. Balzac's Contes Drolatiques are deemed to have been more inspired by Vaville than by Rabelais.
Balzacs. More like Zach's balls. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's it. That was my morning meditation.
Where's this Jewish complaint department? Because I have a bone to pick. My whole life is ruined by the Jews, okay? And I want to complain about it.
That's cool. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, what's the point of waking up, when the Jews are controlling the world? What's the point of this life when I'm being held down by the Jews? I mean, honestly, I think of every problem in my life, and I could chalk it up to the Jews.
Mhm.
That's because you're a goy. And Israel. They've ruined my life. I'm not sure exactly how, but I mean, I just know it's the Jews. Anyway, thank you. That's all I had to say.
Mhm.
It's pretty deep. Thank you.
That should cover you for all complaints for all time. That's fantastic. I don't think you'll ever have to call the JCD again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, we're trying to.
Facts.
Good for you. We're trying to get Danny up here because this is actually a secret book club that I renamed Trump Makes Me Crazy Angry. And
It's all the same.
no, you don't understand. This is just a subdivision of the JCD. Technically, his complaint was already submitted to the JCD. My friend, is there anything you'd like to complain about or anything you wanted to read to the room, this top secret book reading club?
Well, I can't read right now because I'm operating a heavy motor vehicle. I can complain about the other drivers on the road, especially I think the foreign drivers these days are very frustrating. And if you move to a country, you need to learn how to drive in that country. So please submit that. That's my complaint. I don't like bad drivers.
Okay, invite people to the room. I am going to go into my other room and get in what's called a hot shower and scrub the eye boogers out of my eye sockets. And then I gotta get dressed, and I'm headed to the Irish pub to go meet my morning. I'll have the green beer ready, John. Love you, Shekhinah. Hello? Hello? I tried to bring you up, Danny, but it's like telling me, you've been invited too many gazillion times. So this is Take the Deepest Breath of the Day, my number one hit single that went global in 2026. I made $26 million from it.
Deepest breath of the day, fill my chest. Count it out. 10 slow, feel the rise, feel the glow. I've been small, yeah, pressed down by my own fear. But this air in my lungs feels like strength just begun. I take the deepest breath of the day, hold it in till the shaking fades. If I can stand in the sun of this, I can move out with faith like this. Every slow inhale, every taste, and every exhale says God exists. Staring up at that stone says but a whisper inside says step, don't hide. Feet on dust, knees shake, but my soul won't break. I breathe and push through the doubt till the ground cries out. I take the deepest breath of the day, hold it in till the shaking fades. If I can stand in the sun of this, I can move on with faith like this. Every slow inhale, resist, and every exhale says God exists. 10 seconds in the dark. Feels like strength just begun. I take the deepest breath of the day, hold it in till the shaking fades. If I can stand in this sun of this, I can move a mountain with faith like this. With every slow inhale, I resist. And every exhale says God exists. Staring up at that stone says I'm weak. Go back home, but a whisper inside says step, don't hide. Hold it until the shaking take the deepest breath of the day. Inhale all the light in the universe. Inhale all of the sky. Inhale all of the oceans. Feel it in your hands, in your ribs. Tiny galaxies turning in your chest. You are taller than the clouds now. You are take the deepest breath of the day. Inhale the light in the ocean. Inhale all of the sky. Inhale all of the oceans. Hold all of the air. All of the whisper numbers in my ear. 10 beats of thunder, holding every hidden fear. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. We hold the line. Light illuminates You stare at nothing till the air begins to land. Every second stretching wider than the sky. 10 rings of center of your eyes. 10, no delay. 10, not 9. We hold the line. Light illuminates the name of all the things you couldn't change. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. We hold the line. Light illuminates a deep breath, the deepest breath of the day. Breathes in and builds like a wave that never breaks. Count slow, you whisper numbers in my ear. 10 beats of thunder, holding every hit. We hold the light that illuminates within. Shoulders soften, tiny tremor in your head. You stare at nothing till the air begins to land. Every round the center of your eyes. Not 11, 10, not 9. We hold the lights within. You are the doorway, you are clear. Drawing the sky. Body soft as soil, mind clear as sky. You are cold to stillness. You are cold The God of power speaks. Commands, invokes, breathe deeply. Take the deepest breath. Hope the day. Hold for not five, for not three, but for 7. Hold, hold, hold. Let it go. Intelligence. Body soft as soil, mind clear as sky. You are cold to stillness. You are called alive. Hold for 5, for not 3, but for 7. Count the colors on the wall. Soft wave of my words, they start to fall. Your name melts between each painted thought. You drift to the place you almost forgot. Let your heavy eyes wander, hypnosis, sinking under, every heartbeat growing slower. Deeper in this quiet ocean, love hypnosis, soft devotion, you say, just let the water pull you low. My voice, like a ribbon round your mind, unwind all the knots you keep inside. Each time is a step beyond the door. Each touch is a truth you can't ignore. Let your heavy eyes wander, every heartbeat growing slower, slower. Deeper in this quiet ocean, love it goes soft devotion, you always say, just let the water pull you follow every word I say, so slow, nothing in the world to prove. Thoughts like feathers flowing through, only breathing you. Let your heavy eyes fall. Deeper in this quiet ocean, love it goes soft devotion, you always say, just let the water pull you away. Breathe in, count the colors on the wall. Soft weight of my words, they start to fall.
It's time for a Guinness.
Your name melts between each painted thought. You drift to the place you almost forgot. Let heavy eyes fall under, love hypnosis sinking under, every heartbeat growing slower, slower. deep inside. Each time is a step beyond the door. Each touch is a truth you can't ignore. Let your heavy eyes wander, love it closer, sinking under. Every heartbeat grows
Water cement and put this caddy back together, and so it had all over its surface spidery lines of gold. And when Ricky saw that, he was just enchanted, and it became one of the most valuable tea caddies in Japanese collections. Spidery lines of gold following just the apparently chance marks of a smash. There was a competition at the Art Institute at the University of Chicago, in which it was a sculpture class, and the competition was that each student was given a cubic foot of plaster of Paris. And they said, now do something with it. Well, the prize was won by a woman who looked at this cube and said, it has no character. It doesn't want to be anything. So she flung it on the floor and smashed it all up. I mean, she made dents in it and banged off the corners. Now I know what it wants to be. And so she followed the grain in it, as it were, made by all these cracks and produced this marvelous piece of sculpture. You have in this area a very ingenious sculptor by the name of Donald Horde, who is a master at following the grain in wood and actually making the grain. The grain seems to suggest to him the muscles and the flow of the kind of body that he's making. So, when a master decides whether the accident came off, what he wants is this. He wants the thing to be the perfect harmony of man and nature, of order and randomness. Now, this is a curious. We get most fascination out of those games which satisfactorily combine skill and chance. Games like bridge, poker, have a sort of admirable combination of these two elements. And we can go playing those games again and again and again, because you don't feel completely at the mercy of chance, as you do with dice, unless you cheat. And you don't feel completely at the mercy of skill as you do with chess, or especially with a game like three-dimensional chess. So there's a sort of optimum middle where order and randomness go together. Well, that's what this man is looking for. He's looking for the optimal combination. You see, things that are artwork like Persian miniatures or the jewelry of Cellini and Chinese porcelain is too much skill. The tray, because everything is so clean and everything is so tidy, you don't touch it. One prefers a house, you see, that looks a little lived in. It is more genial, more comfortable, somehow invites you to sit down and even put your feet on the table. Totally combined. Whereas on the other extreme, a master display where everything is covered in dirt and filthy clothes are thrown in the corner and people are all paint all over them and so on. That's the other extreme. We don't want that. But that's a curious thing in the middle. Now, the most difficult thing is to hold to the middle. It's like walking a tightrope. And that's why the path of Buddhism is called the razor's edge. Because you see what happened when all this kind of work in the course of history became fashionable. such a way, and this is terribly decadent, they could dab grapes on a vine and have dark ink where the shadow was supposed to be, and no ink at all where the highlight was supposed to be. That's when they started getting mixed up with Western ideas about shadows and perspective. They didn't have that earlier. But they were so skilled in the handling of ink that they would do this sort of thing, and they would imitate, you see, all the so-called rough natural effects of the great Zen artists. Guileless things that children would say. But now there are magazines devoted to haiku poetry, where in every issue there will be 10,000 haikus, written by people all over the country, and they get so stilted and so effective that one wish one had never heard. The same thing is starting up now. And you should see the entries we get in these haiku competitions that Japan Airlines and other people sponsor. But it all after a while becomes dated. You see more. And so somewhere again, the new thing has to break out, which is always coming out. But there's no formula, you see, for fixing it so that you can do it again and again and again. Because the moment you start doing it again and again and again, it isn't it anymore. The real thing has escaped. You remember, some time ago, there was a fashion. When you start saying, what is the technique for getting this thing? And people say, well, this is it. It's gone. Same in education. Same in music. The moment you start teaching something, what question are you asking? How could we, is there some method whereby in our schools we could produce from the music department every graduation ceremony 3 musicians of the stature of Bach or Mozart? Now, if we knew how to do that, that knowledge would prevent us from being surprised by the work of these people, because we would know how it's done. And when you know how something is done, it doesn't surprise you. That's he doesn't. And so in the same way, if you ask the Lord God, how do you create the universe? He said, I have no special method. And this known in Zen is a very difficult, this is the most difficult virtue to attain. So many of these things begin with mu. Buji. Buji. It means nothing special. It means no business, no artificiality. In American current, real cool. So, Buji. A bougie person may be immodest in the sense that if he knows he can do something well, he just says he can. He doesn't go all sorts do know the method, and we know it infallibly, it ceases to be interesting. There are no surprises left. And the moment the element of surprise is gone, the zest of life is gone. That, you see, is why it's very difficult to teach Zen to yourself. Because you can't easily surprise yourself. The essence, you see, of this kind of spontaneity is response to a surprise. So the master, you don't know what he's going to do. He surprises you. Like trying
It's
It's like jokes. What makes you laugh about a joke is the element of surprise in it. That's why jokes aren't funny after they've been explained. So in the same way, all these Zen stories, if explained, have no effect. They're intended to produce what I would call metaphysical laughter. But this has to be a surprise. And so as to be surprised, well, there's no way of premeditating it. So you see, if you read, for example, there's a book out here called Zen by Eugen Herrigel, who studied archery. Many of you probably read this book. He had to learn to pull the bowstring in the manner of the Japanese archer and let it go, but not on purpose. Not on purpose. Now, that really bugged her. How do you do something not on purpose? If you think before you shoot, it's too late. The target's moved. That's why we have a thing like beginner's luck. You see, if you simply point at something like that, if your finger was a gun, I would probably have hit the light switch. And so you get a person who's naive about a gun, pick a gun up and bang, and the thing will drop dead. I'll never forget the first time I ever used a slingshot. This friend of mine was with me, and he was aiming away and not missing, and I just picked it up, and it hit, and I couldn't do it again. It was a great leg puller, and he had in front of his house a very gnarled pine tree. One of those things that tortured, and they love this kind of thing. And he put a notice up by it, said, IQ will pay 100 yen, which was a fair amount of money, to anyone who could see this tree straight. Well, soon, there was a whole crowd of people around that tree, lying on the ground, and twisting their necks and looking at it at right angles. There's absolutely no way of seeing the tree with a straight trunk. But IQ had a friend who was a priest of another sect, and a smart boy went over to see this friend and said, what about this Mr. IQ's tree? Oh, said the other priest, it's perfectly simple. He said, you go and tell him the answer to seeing the tree straight is to look straight at it. So this man went over to IQ and said, I claim the reward. He said, you look straight. In other words, here's the bowstring. Let go of it. All this thimble mambling, jumble humble about the right technique of letting go of it. Let go of it, damn it. But that's very difficult. It's as if I would say to you now, everybody, let's be unself-conscious. And so finally, in desperation, you at last learn to let go of the thing, which was what you were supposed to do all the time. as a child. This is original innocence. So this is the meaning of the person who was asked, what do you do here in this Zen institution? He said, we eat when hungry and we sleep when tired. But he said, that's being just like everybody else. They all do that. He said, they do. When they eat, they don't eat. But they think of all sorts of extremes. When they tire, they don't sleep. They dream all kinds of dreams.
Your It continues with session 6. Uncarved block on unbleached silk.
Now, what I want to talk to you about this afternoon are some of the aesthetic principles underlying both Chinese and Japanese arts, deriving from these Taoistic and Buddhistic philosophies that have inspired them, and to speak about them fairly technically. In the language of Taoism, there are certain words used which are the foundations of their aesthetic ideas. Between the natural and the artificial, and seem to be all on the side of the natural and rather against the artificial. Although you must be cautioned against taking this too seriously, too literally. You might say, of course, that the distinction between the artificial and the natural is an artificial distinction, because really and truly a human building is no more nor less artificial than a bird's nest. But the Taoists use a kind of art and a kind of poetry which you could call indicative. That is to say, while understanding that everything that man does is natural, some things that he does are more natural than others. That is to say, they look more natural. They go. And so the idea of unbleached Chinese stones tend, as I see it, to be rather more elaborate, rather more fussy than Japanese stones. And I think that in the art of bonseki, which means growing rocks, the Japanese are a bit more sophisticated than the Chinese, although this doesn't often happen. But the Japanese are masters at growing rocks. So this is the most difficult virtue to obtain. What has happened really, it's one of the things you see where the artist, instead of making something, selects it. He finds a glorious thing and shares his finding with other people, and that finding is a work of art. And you see, that is connected with the whole thought in this tradition of aesthetics in the Far East, that superb art is a work of in many Japanese gardens, that there is very complex espalier work on trees, and that an enormous amount of pruning and trimming is done. And in fact, the discipline of the garden is amazingly complicated and requires a great deal of care. But the object always is, through the discipline of the art, to make the garden seem more natural than it would look if you left it to itself. You understand that? Is to work upon nature with skill and craft, but to move in the direction in which nature is already going. So that the uncarved block may be extended into a sculpture. But what the carver, to make the block uncarved, the first place is, what do you want to become? In other words, along what lines have you already started in the direction of the sculpture? And I will cooperate with you and bring it to completion. So that's the principle, really, you see, that underlies judo. Judo means the gentle way, the gentle Tao. And it is the art of going along with nature. It is also called Wu-wei or Mui in Japanese. And not doing nothing, literally, not being, because after all, it's man's nature to act. You can't do nothing, literally. But to act Mui without, really, it is to act without feeling that your actions are separate from nature. When you feel that everything you do part of the course of things, then the way in which you do things has changed. You wouldn't think so. It isn't logical that it should be. But nevertheless, if you really feel that you can't deviate from the Tao, and that it lies behind everything that you do, your type of action and your style of behavior will in fact be changed. And it will tend to be in the direction of your seeming to other people in some ways to be more passive than you might ordinarily be. And the difficulty here is that Westerners, when they hear about Buddhism and Taoism and this sort of thing, they interpret it one-sidedly as passivity and don't see that what sometimes looks like passivity is cleverness. Particularly if you've done something about it. I've practiced in activity of this kind for many years and I've always been accused of being lucky because when I should have done something and been out at it, I just went and sat and did nothing. And then when it turned out all right, this is terrible. Just lucky. No, I know you haven't said that. That's why I'm still married to you. Yeah, it's all right. And but anyway, this is so, isn't it? This tendency to look inactive and to go in the direction in the arts of a kind of primitivity, which we know in the word shibui, the quality called shibui in Japan, is a certain kind of sophisticated really collaborating man as the controller, the reasoner, the logical being, and yet at the same time not ruining life by making it all logic and all control. To have logic and to have control, that is to say, in short, to have order, you have to have randomness. Because where there is no randomness, order cannot manifest itself. Well, now, in the vocabulary of Japanese aesthetics, there are a number of terms which are basic. The first is sabi, and that goes along with something that rhymes with it, wabi. So often the Japanese speak of wabi-sabi or sabi-wabi as a kind of mood. Is furyu, such words which designate the basic basic feeling of Sabi is loneliness. One of the great paintings that illustrates Sabi is The Lonely Crow on a Tree Branch. It is the feeling of the hermit. It is the feeling which the modern artist tries to create when in a crowded country he wants to give you the sensation of being way off in a mountain landscape. So this sense, you see, of solitariness, of being able to wander off on your own, Sabi, and
Wonderful.
any sane person.
Wonderful.
A rubber stamp. See, it's often thought that Eastern philosophy is against individuality. And this is not true. The unity of man and the universe is not a loss or a merging of personality in something impersonal. It's more like the fact that when individuality, when personality is known and experienced as an expression of the whole cosmos, then the person becomes more individual, not less individual, but he becomes individual in a non-strident way, in a way that has in it the spirit of the uncarved block and the unbleached silk. And so one of the qualities of this is solitariness. In it preeminently is asking for the master. I asked the boy beneath the pines. He says the master's gone alone. Herb gathering, somewhere on the mount, cloud hidden, whereabouts unknown. So all the whole idea, you see, of Zen, that wherever you stand, if you realize Zen, you create a mountain. Everywhere is the mountain solitude, even in the middle of an uproar. This is Sabi. Now there is next Wabi. This is a more difficult idea. Let's imagine that you are feeling very bad about something. You're depressed, the world is too much with you, just you're sick of life. And then quite and this weed is really, after all, not just to be dismissed as a weed, but some rather lovely design there is in the nature of this plant. Or supposing you are bothered by financial uproar, wars, politics, and everything like that, and you are sitting on the beach, and you become aware of the water endlessly crossing pebbles. And you get a sense that this goes on forever and ever and ever. It is long before you were thought of, long before all human history, empires, schemes, and so on, and will endure long after. But something strikes you that is very simple, very ordinary, like the water on the pebbles, or like the little weed under the hedge, that suggests a kind of amazing eternal reliability of nature. To the mood of a certain consolation in this.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Normo! El Normo, call me back if you get a chance. I'm waiting for my Uber. Wanted to see if I could get your opinion on something. I hope you're well. Rabbanu Shalom.
List and it was like blocked off. It had you like pick a intersection. Then I switched to Uber and you just put Lizzie McNeil's, it takes you right there.
Okay, so the reason why I asked you about did you put on tefillin is because I bought these incredible dreidels made of pure silver.
Okay.
And did you notice it's 3 dreidels?
Yeah. It's not Hanukkah though.
Okay, so I was reading about one of the symbols. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but they say that this is the secret symbol. It's a hieroglyphic. And so I just want you to know that, please, with this guy, Andrew, so what I want you to remember is that together, because I'm telling you, dude, I don't want to go down there and have a problem with this guy, because as you saw in the text messages, what I'm trying to say is we got to be the 3 candles together. So let's try to
What do you mean? Like what would he do? I don't know. Like would he say something like?
Yeah, he's going to say something anti-Semitic to you multiple times and try to gaslight you because he's immature,
Or you?
No, I'm telling you, I'm with you. But what I'm telling you is look at the symbol and let's remember what our purpose is. Like, this isn't like an online social audio content production. This is the real world. And what I'm trying to tell you is if he says something, just say Rabbanu Shalom or. So what I'm trying to tell you is we have an inside joke just between me and you, okay? Like whatever you do, don't tell him what Rabbanu Shalom means. Like don't even like try.
Oh, he could look it up.
But you know what? 80% chance he won't look it up. So we have a second safe word or a second magic word. Do you know what it is?
Fushta.
That's close, but no, it's actually a derivative of a word called hello, but you got to say it. You have to say it a certain way. If you don't say it a certain way, it doesn't count. So, but also don't explain to him what the second inside secret magic word is. Okay, so I've been sitting here pre-gaming because when I show up, I want to feel it's magic down there, dude. It's an energy. It's a vibration. So the reason why I'm late is because I'm trying to do I'm trying to go moment to moment and not stress a thing because I know the Ubers and the Lyfts are just waiting all around me to pick me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what is your?
So you haven't left yet, or you?
I have not left yet, but it's no problem. Let me ask you this: What are your power words? I ask people this, and they tell me their power words. What do you think are your top 3 power words? Are?
Oof. let's see.
Basically, I'm asking you, what do you think your three most common, powerful words are? Or three most magical words are? Some people say government. Some people say consent. Some people say contracts.
Well, trust is one. Mantra, I would say. What else?
Trust mantra. Okay, what's your third?
Confidence.
Well, the word next to confidence, I think, is strength, right?
What do you mean?
A magic word is strength. So it says that the joy of the law is strength, or strength is the law of joy, or strength is the joy of the law. So strength always supersedes even the law. Like, nothing can stop the strong. Nothing stops the strongest, basically. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, so trust mantra. Confidence. All right. Well, I walked up to a beautiful girl once in the grocery store with incredible confidence, and she definitely, gave me her number, and I took her on a date, and she was a perfect 10, but she had a Nigerian roommate, and I couldn't stoop her. So, anyways, it is St. Patty's Day, and so my question to you is: this is my final question before I call this Uber, as I put on my tachlis. Should I wear my tachlis? Should I bring my tachlis? Is it too controversial?
Hey, I think that's your call. I'm not gonna step into that one.
Nah, I don't think I should wear it. You know why? Because most of this, I'm even worried about bringing my green.
It's sacred. I say no. Don't.
Okay, what about my green hat? I'm even worried about wearing my green hat.
No, that I would wear.
Okay. We gotta clip all that. All right, Ramona Shalom. This is John Kitover for mayor. That's my buddy Jared. We're headed to the ultimate #1 Chicago VIP St. Patty's Day experience. If you've never been, it's called the Lizzie O'Neill's River Experience. It's like a multi-room event with porta potties. And my greatest fear in life is having to take a shit in a porta potty. And so I'm just going to do a quick live here. Rabbona Shalom. This is John Kitover running for Congress and mayor of Chicago, Illinois, trying to liberate Illinois and Chicago one video at a time. We have to vote. Republican for the Illinois 16th District. I want you to go to johnforcongress.com or chicagomayorvote.com right now. Like this video, share this video, and tag John Kitover. Happy St. Patty's Day. This is my special meditation from me to you, from my heart with intelligence and love. Rabbanu Shalom. Or chicagomayoral.com or johnkitoverchicago.com Or go to johnforcongress.com and like this video, share this video. Together we can liberate the state of Illinois. And happy St. Patty's Day. Remember, St. Patrick went from France to Ireland, and he cast out the snakes from Ireland with his magic powers. The affordability crisis. I like to say a shepherd's pie used to be $6.99. Then it was $13.99. Then it was $23.99 for a shepherd's pie. And God willing, a shepherd's pie may be $43.99. Who can afford such an expensive shepherd's pie? As we await our Uber or Lyft. So we're going to do an Uber Lyft competition clip. Who's cheaper? Once and for all on St. Patty's Day in Chicago. This is a commercial for Uber and a commercial for Lyft. Who is cheaper to get the Lizzie O'Neills? And should I wear my tochless? Nah, I think I should leave it at home, right? Too controversial. Kick the Zionist out of the bar! Who let the Zionist into the bar? Oh, we got a good one on two. Number one is this, whatever symbol that means. Yod, I think. Here we go, something like that. Line them up. Line them up. Number two, we got the emperor symbol. I think it means kokma. And then we got another one. So these are the three magics. Okay, I'm going to end this video, call my Uber and Lyft. Happy St. Patty's Day. This is John Kitover, candidate congressman for Illinois 16. Just a write-in candidate now. Just go to johnforcongress.com if you're a Republican, a Democrat, a Libertarian, an Independent, Socialist, Populist, and you want Darren LaHood out of Congress. Together we can do it because I'm the only write-in candidate in the whole precinct. Republican, you got to number 4, congress.com. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Socialist, Populists, Communists, anybody. If you see this video, just write John Kitover, for God's sakes. I want to see if anybody even hears the video. Clip it. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Happy St. Patty's Day. E pluribus unum. Rabboni Shalom. I wonder what are the top most famous American Latin maxims that we use on our sacred materials. We gotta call this Uber. So there's just one more picture I want to take. Where is it? There we go. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. We got them all now. 1. It's 12:23 p.m. CST, Saturday, March 14th, 2024. Rabboni Shalom. Happy St. Patty's Day in Chicago. This is a sacred day, a day where you can witness girls puke in trash cans. You can witness people jump in the river. And Rabboni Shalom, you can witness people take a $9.99 Jewel Dominic's hat, put a bunch of pins into it, and make it a $10,000 Rabboni Shalom. So here's your Rabboni Shalom. Here's your dollar. Rabboni Shalom. That's it. Like the video. The show's over. What are you still doing here? The show's over. That's my Matthew Broderick moment. I hope you enjoyed it. Rabboni Shalom. Rabboni Shalom. Competitively bidden gets left, and the show just don't stop. We got a couple super fans here enjoying our St. Patty's Day show as we structurally engineer an arrival. Unlike any arrival that any other entertainer on YouTube has ever performed, many people don't want to be a part of my St. Patty's Day celebration, but Rabboni Shalom, here we are, structurally engineering an arrival. Let's see if we can call the place. I always feel like it's an interesting part of the show if we can call the bar that we going to and ask the bartender if St. Patrick has arrived yet.
Lizzie McNeil's Irish Pub.
Take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hi, this is the Office of the Mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. We're wondering if Mayor Brandon Johnson can come to Lizzie McNeil's and book a reservation table If you can clear a table and call back the office of Brandon Johnson at 312 498 0517. 312 498 0517. This Well, they've been informed that the next mayor of Chicago whether you like it or not, you're now in my podcast. Tisha Trinity. Where are you guys? Oh my God. Rebono Shalom. I had the pregame. One more round before the Uber. Let's see if Lizzie McNeils calls us back. Okay, we're going to play my number one banger. Rebono Shalom, where is it? This is the one I've been shooting on my YouTube here. It's called Light of Love Intelligence. This will be our send-off. And then after the send-off, we will do our actual Uber exit video with another special banger the John Kitover Band has created for this candidacy. Rebono Shalom for Congress for mayor.
The God of power speaks, commands, invokes, breathe deep.
Time thing. Once I take it out, it goes in the laundry. You know, this is a one-time show for the whole outfit. I think I gotta get the whole thing dry cleaned after this. And it's a one-time hat. Hope nobody fucks my hat up today. It's an expensive hat. I'm worried about even wearing it out. We got a John Kennedy rare presidency button, a very rare antique, and a Kansas City GOP convention from the 1920s entertainment badge, baby. And we got a Kennedy Johnson button in the back. That fucking snake murked our president. That's a fact. I'm doing the John Land. I want to get as many photos as I can before I leave. kind of think about this from like a photographer's perspective.
The God of power speaks. Commands. Invokes. Breathe deeply. Take the deepest breath. Hold the day.
Did you know my nickname? Ultimate Procrastinator. Woo!
You are cold to stillness. You four, not three, but 4 seconds. Hold, 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 and let it go. Go, go, breathe in, count the colors on the wall. Softly, of my words they start to fall. Your name melts between each painted thought. You drift to the place you almost forgot. Let your heavy eyes fall on the hypnosis. Deeper in this quiet ocean of hypnosis. inside each side is a step beyond the door. Each touch is a truth you can't ignore. Let you sinking under every heartbeat growing slower, slower. Deeper in this quiet ocean, I'll get closer. Soft devotion, you are safe. Just let the water fill you up. Follow every word I say, so slow. Nothing in the world to prove. Thoughts like feathers flowing through. Only breathing you. Sinking under every happy growing slower, slower. Deeper in this quiet ocean, I'll get closer. Soft ocean, you are safe. Just let the water. On the wall, soft weight of my words, they start to fall. Your name melts between each painted thought. You drift to the place you almost forgot. Let your heavy eyes fall under love hypnosis, sinking under every heartbeat going slow, slow. Deeper in this quiet ocean, love hypnosis, soft devotion. You my voice like a ribbon around your mind. Unwind all the knots you keep inside. Each time is a step beyond the door. Each touch is a truth you can't ignore. Let your heavy eyes fall under love hypnosis, sinking under every happy growing slow, deeper in this quiet ocean.
You bought the show.
Trace a circle right on my wrist. One small touch and I eyes on liberty calling. I'm in hypnosis, love, can we cross? Don't wanna wake up, every breath you pull me under. As I'm out, I can't look away. Every little word bends a light my way. I'm in a hypnosis, love. Can't wake up, don't wanna wake up. Every breath you pull me under. Deeper, deeper. Trace a circle right on my wrist. One small touch and I don't exist. Count me down from 10 to 1. When I open my eyes, I'm already gone. Soft breeze blow, blue on your face. Breath gets slow, losing the race. Scrolling, scrolling, eyes like glass. Tiny voices pulling you back. easier. Let it fit, so you don't have to think. You're under trance hypnosis. Every word a little dose. You don't even know you chose this, but you're sinking close. Under trance hypnosis. When the truth comes sugar coated, every thought already loaded, and you're drinking every dose.
Give some land to the niggers and the chinks, but we don't want the Irish.
These are last minute costume design ideas.
Stars scream glow, blue on your face. Breath gets slow, losing the race. Scrolling, scrolling, eyes like glass. Tiny voices pulling you back. Yeah. Just sinking close. Under trance hypnosis, where the truth comes sugar coated. Every thought already loaded, and you're drinking every dose. Bright red light under that claim. Feels so right. Feels just the same. Let it sing, so you don't have to think. You're under trance hypnosis. Have you even lived hypnosis? You don't even know you chose this. And just sinking close. Under trance hypnosis, but you've got to go. And if I don't Mat on the floor, quiet on the walls. Knees to my chest, hear my chatter fall. Hands on the ground, heartbeat slow and low. Hips start to open, all the old thoughts go. Breathe in, let go. Ride the wave so slow. Tiny tremble in my head. Still I stay, still I stay, still I stand. Breathe in, let go. I am here. Stretch through the spine, gaze on one small spot. Shake in the pose, give it all I've got. Fall to the floor, forehead kissing knees. Little tears cooling in the breeze. Breathe in, let go. Ride the wave so slow. Tiny tremble in my head. Still I stay, still I stay, still I stay. I am here, I am home. Mat on the floor, quiet on the wall. One small spot, shaking the pose, giving all I've got. Fall to the floor, forehead kissing knees. Salty little tears cooling in the breeze. Breathe in, let go. Ride the the deepest breath of the day. Right now. Right here. This one is different. Drag the air in, like you're pulling in the sea. Slow, slower, stop. For 4 seconds. Not 5. Not 3. Freeze the world! In your chest, like a film frame, burned into the light. Not 5! 4! Not 3! Time kneels down inside your teeth. 4! Not 5! Say it with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. Your shoulders forget their names. 2, your tongue turns to velvet. 3, thoughts fall off their chairs. 4, the gears all grind to stillness. You are the room. You are the air. You are the rules of your own gravity. 4, not 5. Whisper with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. Now, let it go like you're dropping a mask, a memory, a lifetime. Watch it fall through your ribs. Hear it leave on its knees. You are the gap between numbers. The crack between words. 4, not 5. Not 5. Say it and see. You're holding the line that is counting to 3. Again. This breath of the day. Pull the whole sky in. Hold. 4, not 5. 4, not 3. Let it go. Let it go. No. Take the deepest breath of the day. Right now. Right here. Different. Drag the air in like you're pulling in the sea. Slow, slow, stop. For 4 seconds. 4, not 5. 4, not 3. empty. 4, not 5, say it with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. Your shoulders forget their names. 2, your tongue turns to velvet. 3, thoughts fall off their chairs. 4, the gears all grind to stillness. You are the room, you are the air, you are the hand on the hidden switch. Yeah. 4, not 5, 4, not 3. And the rules of your own gravity. 4, not 5, whisper with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. Now, let it go. Like you're dropping a mask, a memory, a lifetime. Watch it fall through your ribs. It breathe on its knees. You are the thumb between numbers. Cry between words. 4, not 5, 4, not 3. Every breath I write your new story. 4, not 5, say it then see. You're more than the mind that is counting to 3 again. Deepest breath of the day. Pull the whole sky in and hold. 4, not 5, 4, not 3. Let it go. Let it go. 4, 4.
Scientists gave different names to these larvae, lemurs, and pousses. They loved the vapor of shed blood and fled from the blade of the sword. Theurgy evoked them, and the Kabbalah recognized them under the name of elementary spirits. They were not spirits, however, for they were mortal. They were fluidic coagulations which one could destroy by dividing them. They were a sort of animated mirages, imperfect emanations of human life. The traditions of black magic say that they were born owing to the celibacy of Adam. Paracelsus says that the vapors of the blood of hysterical women people the air with phantoms, and these ideas are so ancient that we find traces of them in Hesiod, who expressly forbids that linen stained by pollution of any sort should be dried before a fire. Body is wandering medium may be attracted by certain degenerates who are fatally sympathetic to them, and who lend them at their own cost a fictitious existence of a more or less terrible kind. They then serve as supplementary instruments to the instinctive volitions of these degenerates, never to cure them, always to send them farther astray and to hallucinate them more and more. If corporeal embryos can take the forms which the imagination of the mothers gives them, the wandering fluidic embryos ought to be prodigiously variable. And to transform themselves with an astonishing facility. The tendency to give themselves a body in order to the atmosphere. Thus, by coagulating the vapor of blood, they remake the blood, that blood which hallucinated maniacs see floating upon pictures or statues. But they're not the only ones who see it. Vintras and Rose Tamassia are neither impostors nor myopics. The blood really flows. Doctors examine it. Analyze it. It is blood, real human blood. Whence comes it? Can it be formed spontaneously in the atmosphere? Can it naturally flow from a marble, from a painted canvas, or a host? No. Doubtless. This blood did once circulate in veins, then it has been shed, evaporated, dried. The serum has turned into vapor, the globulars into impalpable dust.
Drawing in till your lips feel heavy head, but the storm moves past. Close your eyes as the hours spin. You're the pulse that the clocks defend. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10, not 12, not 9, 1, 2, 3. Let the old ghost fade. 4, 5, 6. You're not afraid. Just another tight tongue in this house. I can hear your name like a choir calling you unchanged. Take the deepest breath of the day and hold for 10, not 12, not 9, 1, 2, 3. Let the noise
chest, feel your name.
In the same way,
Let the world fall away.
it's one thing to be happy,
Draw it in till your ribs feel glass. Heavy hand, but the storm moves past. Close your eyes as the hours bend. You're the pulse that the clocks defend. You can hear your name like a choir calling you unchanged. Take this breath of his hand and hope for 10. Not 12, not 9. 1, 2, 3. Let the noise fall through. 4, 5, 6. Only truth in you. 7, 8, 9.
but also self-consciousness gives the possibility of presence, of realization, of becoming enlightened,
Take the deepest breath of the day
and therefore able to enjoy it.
right now,
So,
right here. Three. Time kneels down inside your teeth. 4, not 5. Say it with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe.
next word is you can.
Your shoulders forget their names. 2, your tongue turns to velvet. 3, thoughts fall off their chairs. 4, the gears all grind to stillness. You are the room. You are the air. You are the hands on the hidden switch. You're not 5. No gravity. 4, not 5. Whisper with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe.
Indicating darkness. You see, in the character
fall through your ribs. Hear it lead on its knees. You are the gap between numbers. The crack between words. 4, not 5. 4, not free. Again. Deepest breath of the day. Pull the whole sky in. Hold. 4, not 5. 4, not 3. Let it go. Let it go. Go.
It's so mysterious. So when you put these two characters together,
Take the deepest breath of the day.
so you get
Right now.
is first of all
Right here.
suggestiveness.
This one is different.
One of the temples a few days ago. Well,
Drag the air.
ways
The world in your chest, like a film frame, burned into the light. 4, not 3. Time kneels down inside your teeth. 4, not 5. Say it with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. You are the air. You are the hands on the hidden switch. You're 4, not 5. 4, not 3. You bend the rules of your own gravity. 4, not 5. Whisper with me. You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe.
somewhere out in the Pacific, which is the paradise.
Now, let it go. Let you drop it. A mask, a memory, a lifetime. Watch it fall through your ribs. Hear it lead on its knees. You are the gap between numbers.
You just go along in the train, you look up the hills.
The crack
Arches, torries,
between words. 4, not 5. deepest breath of the day. Right now. Right here. This one is different. Drag the air like you're pulling in the sea. Slow, slower, stop. For 4 seconds. Not 5. Not 3. Freeze the world! In your chest. Not 3! Time kneels down inside your teeth. Not 5! Stay here with me. You're in the clock and it's begging to breathe. Your shoulders forget their names. 2, your tongue turns to velvet. 3, thoughts fall off their chairs. 4, the gears all grind to stillness. You are the room. You are the air. You are the hand on the hidden switch. You're 4, not 5.
Is the paradise land that you're looking for?
Now, let it go. Like you're dropping a mask, a memory, a lifetime. Watch it fall through your ribs. Hear it leave on its knees. You are the gap between numbers, the crack between words. 4, not 5. 4, not 3. Every breath out writes your new story. 4, not 5. Say it then see. You're more than the mind. Again. Deepest breath of the day. Pull the whole sky. Hold. 4, not 5. 4, not 3. Let it go. Let it go. No.
Two words.
No.
Anta means end or completion or summation.
Take the deepest breath of the day.
Of course, is related to the
Freeze the world! In your chest, like a film frame, burned into the light. Not 5! Not 3! Time kneels down inside your teeth! Not 5! Stay here with me! You're holding the clock and it's begging to breathe. Your shoulders forget their names. 2, your tongue turns to velvet. 3, thoughts fall off their chairs. 4, the gears all grind to stillness. You are the road. The hands on the hidden switch.